disturbing images of civilians caught in the crossfire are trickling out of Sri Lanka. The images sent by an organization linked to the Tamil Tiger rebels, denounced by the government as enemy propaganda. But the government won't allow independent media into the war zone, leaving many news organizations to rely on video put out by both sides of the conflict. International journalist organizations are becoming increasingly critical of the treatment of journalists in Sri Lanka. The latest warning to foreign journalists and diplomats was published in the Sri Lankan newspaper. Sri Lanka's defense secretary saying, quote, "They will be chased away if they try to give a second wind to the separatist Tamil Tigers." Last month, this independent television station was attacked after the government-run media criticized the station's coverage of the war. The station manager of Sarasa TV talked to CNN then.
We're just hoping that at least we can get to the bottom of this and really look that something good is done.
After the interview aired, the defense secretary responded, calling Chilan Daniel a terrorist.
I saw the news on CNN. A person in the Sarasa station was talking. The gist of it was that a Claymore mine was used and that the government was responsible for the attack. The person who spoke, I know, he's a terrorist.
The government condemned the attack and said it was investigating whether it was carried out to discredit the authorities. Another attack killed a prominent journalist. Sunday leader, editor-in-chief Vasantha Wickrematunge was shot in rush hour traffic. He said he'd been threatened many times before. His newspaper had long been a thorn in the government's side. After his death, an editorial he had written was published predicting his own demise. It reads in part, "People often ask me why I take such risks and tell me it's a matter of time before I am bumped off. In all these cases, I have reason to believe the attacks were inspired by the government. When finally I am killed, it will be the government that kills me." The attack, many journalists say, is one reason why the story of this war is yet to be fully told.
The next stage of genocide is polarization, in which the hate groups try to drive the society apart, which they try to drive out all the moderates who can stop the process. So the first groups that are always attacked in every genocide are people from the group of the people who is committing the genocide, but who are moderates who might oppose it.
Journalists can't speak, they can't write, the parliamentarians can't open their mouth, anybody can arrest at any time, the business people can live, they can be abducted, millions can be taken by whom? By the armed forces. By the paramilitary groups working with the armed forces.
The much-acclaimed extremist organization known as JVP, who believed in Sinhalese only nation, now holds strong political status. It is well known that Sinhalese and Tamil civilians have lived side by side for years, peacefully. However, these extremists eliminated anyone who opposed their ideas, including Sinhalese people who supported a peaceful coexistence.
It was the president who back then arranged for me to meet gunmen from the JVP. He shared with them the fears that fueled Sinhalese chauvinism. Indians are going to occupy this land. They are going to take over this land. And already there are 100,000 soldiers in this country. And our fear is that these might come to down south. And they might occupy this area. What will happen to us? And we will be another part of India. Mahinda said these were patriotic boys who defended the Sinhalese people when the government was selling out to India. They certainly weren't terrorists.
That time they never called them terrorists, they always used the word of insurgents.
So the language has changed. Language has changed. But we didn't understand the reasons why they took up the gun.
I was not sympathizing with the cause. I was sympathizing with them the way that the government had. I believe eventually that I can't be a terrorist. The government cannot be a terrorist. We can't act like terrorists.
all of mankind is worthy of their independence to use their language, religion, and follow any preferred culture without having someone wanting to enslave them or ill-treat them. Even more, everyone has the right to attain basic essentials of living such as food, shelter, and a safe life. How is a reigning government of a country allowed in this world to conduct genocide in these times? How safe is our outlook if the perpetrators who conduct genocide are sanctioned to live a life of peace, openly massacring and tormenting innocent people? Engulfing the lives of a recorded 70,000 deaths, but unrecorded 215,000 deaths, and 650,000 lives displaced, the hunger and killing of innocent people has not stopped. In fact, this bloodbath is raising radically now. The denying proclamation forwarded by the government in no way compensates for the high death toll of Tamils that the country has declared.